What's up, everybody? What's good, fam? So, I made a video not that long ago and put it up on my undesirables page, and it really upset some people, to say the least. So, it was about the end of the world and my prediction for the end of the world. Now, that's actually not the real prediction. Those are just numbers that I thought were interesting that related to Jesus's birthday, which is actually really is September 11th, 3 BC. All you got to do is a quick Google search to figure out how that happened. They figured out how the stars aligned in Bethlehem, and it was all astrology and historical fact of what was going on at the time. And just do a Google search, and you will find out Jesus' real birthday is September 11th, 3 BC. Just look it up. Now, I'm going to tell you guys today about like a better prediction for the end of the world. Okay, so forget the other video. The other video was just some coincidences with numbers that I found. Now, in the Bible, it's actually written that it was prophesied when the Jewish people actually returned back to Israel within a 24-hour period without a shot being fired, or no blood spill happening. That within a 24-hour period, the Jews will get their land back and return back to Israel. Now, this happened after World War II. And in 1948, the Jews got the land back in Israel. They were granted their land back. Now, this was completed in 1967. So, go ahead and write down 1967 is when this was completed. Now, it comes down to how long is a generation? How long does a generation last? Well, in the book of Psalms, it tells you that a generation is 70 or 80 if it is strong or healthy, or depends on the translation. So we're looking at 1967 plus 80 at most, which gives us 2047. Okay, but hold on. Now, technically, I'm a millennial, right? But I was born in 1986. But my brother's technically a millennial, and he was born in 1981. So that generation, like Generation X, Generation Y, the millennials, they last anywhere between 20 to 35 years. Those generations. So even though it's written that when the Jewish people return back to their land, the land of Israel, that generation will not cease to exist. I'm paraphrasing, by the way. Will not pass without seeing the day of the coming of the Lord. Now, I'm paraphrasing that. I don't know exactly word for word, but yeah, that generation will not die off without seeing the day of the coming of the Lord. So, 35 years added on to 2047 would be 2082. Now, that's the date. Now, that's as far as we can go. 2082. That's it. But there's one more thing to keep in mind. In the book of Revelations, in chapter 3, it talks about the Jewish people not being of Jewish descent, and they become a synagogue of Satan. So, if the Jewish people aren't the true Jewish people in Israel right now, then this prophecy hasn't been fulfilled at all. And we're not even on this timeline yet. It's something to keep in mind. So if the real Jewish people are in Israel right now, then the prophecy has been fulfilled, and we are looking at 2082 at the most in according to my math. So, so the other video, I just wanted to show you some interesting numbers according to Jesus' real birthday, September 11th, 3 BC, and how many people died, and maybe the year that could come to be the end of the end of the age. But this is more biblically based and has harder numbers. So I want to go ahead and just put this out there for you guys to understand what I'm talking about. All right, family. Thank you for listening.